lot during the summertime hours. Again, this is where I became creative and luckily had coaches willing to utilize various approaches to help me get the results that we were looking for. Cross-training is so important for engaging muscles other than the ones used for running. This aids in minimizing overuse injuries and actually enhances your running performance. And while this is probably a no-brainer, it is essential to watch your nutrition. Everybody's body's needs are unique, so I've been working with Bob, a sports dietitian, to help improve my metabolic efficiency or my body's ability to burn more fat during exercise through a more balanced daily eating regimen. Bob's program has me emphasizing and eating lean protein, anti-inflammatory fats, fruits, and vegetables as the staple of my diet. After working with him, my body can now burn more fat at higher intensities of training, which means I don't have to eat as many supplemental carbohydrates during my run. I rely more on my fat stores for energy and focus on drinking water and consuming electrolytes. Because this is such a personal and unique portion of your training, I would urge you to read Bob's book, Metabolic Efficiency Training, Teaching the Body to Use Fat as Energy, at some point to determine what is exactly right for you. I can only say that this has been a missing link for me during my early start as a marathon runner and triathlete. I have always struggled with finding the correct yet most effective way to sustain my running without compromising my nutrition and weight, and Bob has helped me to do that. The reason I continue running and racing is personal, as it is for everybody. For me, I like to give back by challenging myself both mentally and physically. I run to bring down the giant wall that's keeping the subject of drug and alcohol addiction and the positive effects of recovery silent. And so even though my initial Run 7 on 7 mission is complete, I have recently announced my next mission, which is to attempt to become the first woman in the world to complete the 4 deserts in under a year. And I'll begin this mission in March of 2010. For me, I absolutely adore running. It keeps me younger for longer. And it's whether it's along the trails and foothills of my neighborhood to the exotic landscapes of faraway destinations. I'm honored to share with you my insights, whether you're a first-time marathoner or you've run more races than you care to remember. Keep running younger for longer and continue to do something that you're passionate about. Because I've said a million times before, if you can see it, you can do it. If you believe it, it'll happen. So just dream big. I've got a short video that we're going to go ahead and show all of you. So please, after it's over, if you'd like to ask me any questions, please feel free to do so. And if not, I'll be at the BP booth where you can run over there and tell us your younger for longer story and for a chance to win $10,000 in BP gasoline. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. I should have had cue cards.
In April of 2008, and at the age of 55, I made it my mission to run a marathon on each of the 7 continents in under a year to raise $1 million for care and treatment centers, the drug and alcohol treatment community that helped my stepdaughter Catherine overcome a gripping drug addiction. My journey took me to the far corners of the globe, from the prestigious Boston Marathon to the knee-high steps of the Great Wall of China, the isolated beauty of Easter Island, the desert heat of Kenya, from Reykjavik's urban landscape to the coastal terrains of Melbourne, and most recently, along the frozen glaciers of Antarctica. I ran for care and treatment centers. I ran for my stepdaughter Catherine and others struggling with addiction. I ran for my sponsors, BP with Invigorate and Skirt Sports. I ran for myself. I'm Linda Quirk, And this is my story.
When she first came to me about the idea of 7 marathons in 7 continents, it wasn't so much what I was thinking. I asked her, "What are you thinking?" You know, "Are you nuts?"
Sometimes I get a little forceful and I just kind of come right out and say, this is what I'm going to do, and expect everybody else to be at the same level.
She's very mission oriented. Our kids have seen it, I have seen it. When she identifies the mission, she's on the way, she'll accomplish it.
This is a massive undertaking. It's hard enough running 1 marathon in a year, but she's kind of pulling these all together in a very short period of time. When you add to that travel stress, it is just one of the most difficult things anybody can deal with, regardless of what the topography is, what the weather's going to be like. If she is injured or hurting in any way, all bets are off.
When Catherine became addicted to meth, it changed everything. She went from being our loving daughter to an absolute stranger that wanted nothing to do with us. Then she went missing. It was incredibly, painfully hard. But thankfully, she accepted the need for help and let us back into her life. To help spread the word, I launched run7on7.com so people could become a part of my story while helping us raise the much-needed donations. To keep people engaged, I blogged from the road, uploaded marathon highlight videos, tracked donation totals, and so began the most incredible journey of my life. I was so excited to kick off my Run 7 on 7 journey with Boston. Boston is every runner's dream. It's the premier marathon of all of them. You know, I've prepared. I'm really, really, really ready to just get going and to run this race. My stepdaughter Catherine is always in my mind. She's the reason I'm out here raising awareness for care and treatment centers and running all over the world. She's also proof that recovery from drugs and alcohol addictions can happen. It was just amazing, from the waiting gates at Hopkinton to pounding up Heartbreak Hill to the finish line with my friends and family by my side. Guys, I did it! I finished #1. 1 down, 6 to go.
Time excellence.
The Great
Those who
Wall
push
of China
themselves
was
just a little bit
It
further.
was one of the
The
most
official time
memorable
sponsor of
7
the
marathons for
New
me,
York City Marathon.
partly because it was so
Timex keeps
difficult
on ticking.
with its uneven steps and hilly inclines, but there was also a beauty there, both with its people and its scenery. My heart's pounding a little bit because I really am afraid of heights, and I had to go down those steps and there's no railings. It takes a lot out of you going up those 2 lines. So I'm just conserving it. There's a lot more to go. You just can't help but get excited, and the little kids' faces, and they're all saying hello, hello, and I'm proud of everybody that has donated, everybody that's helped. It was just emotional all the way around.